Mazuma TV back in the building, man. What's going on, y'all? Shout out to Mazuma Nation. Shout out to the Mazuma Mob. We in the building, back at y'all with a second video of the day. And this is something that I'm just seeing as a report now, man. Shout out to Salvador Rodriguez, who I believe is an analyst for like the Spanish side of ESPN. He has come out with a report stating that it's looking like Canelo Alvarez will be pursuing a fight with Jermall Charlo and Terence Crawford in that order. You see what I'm saying? So it's looking like Jermall Charlo is going to be Canelo's opponent in May, and then shortly following afterwards, Terence Crawford is going to be getting what he's looking for, which is a legacy-defining fight, moving up 3 weight classes to take on Canelo Alvarez. He might take a fight in the meanwhile. Maybe the rematch with Earl Spencer happen in the meantime, or maybe he'll just take a little quick warm-up fight or whatever the case may be. But that's what it's looking like right now. You know what I mean? And I don't know why people are shocked by this. You see what I mean? I had made a video speaking about this whole situation, and I made it clear that David Benavidez, Canelo is going to do everything he can to not face David Benavidez, bro. It's embarrassing, man. It's absolutely embarrassing that he's moving up a guy 1 weight class in Jermall Charlo, who just had 1 fight against Jose Benavidez. And you can see there was some ring rust on him. He had a good performance, but you can see that it wasn't the Jermall Charlo who was actually active and doing this thing at 54 and 60 at one particular time. You know what I mean? So he gonna move up a relatively inactive fighter that's a natural middleweight and fight him. You know what I mean? When he just moved up his brother in the previous bout 2 weight classes. And then after that, he's going to move up Terence Bud Crawford 3 weight classes to give him a shot for undisputed at 168 pounds. Meanwhile, David Benavidez, who's been a mandatory for over 2 years, isn't able to get a shot. Somebody who's already naturally at the weight class gets a title shot, bro. This is embarrassing, bro. This is an extremely bad look, man. But this is what happens when these boxing fans don't hold their favorite fighters accountable. You see what I mean? If you let somebody, they'll walk all over you, man. If you're willing to deal with it, people will take advantage of you, you know what I'm saying? If you give them an inch, they'll take a mile. You see what I mean? So because these fans are cool with Canelo moving however the fuck he want, you get these type of results, you know what I mean? But this is just a report at the end of the day. It's nothing official, you know what I mean? If it ain't coming from Canelo, I'm not really gonna believe it. But for some reason, I wouldn't put this past Canelo Alvarez at all. You feel what I mean? I wouldn't put it past Canelo Alvarez at all. I think that he would move up Terence Crawford 3 weight classes and give him an opportunity for all the belts at super middleweight. I honestly think he would. You see what I mean? I think he honestly would. Thank you. I honestly think he would. You feel what I mean? Jermall Charlo, I think he would take an inactive Jermall Charlo and take advantage of him, make him move up a weight class and, you know what I mean, beat up on him like he did to his brother, who moved up 2 weight classes. You feel what I mean? So I just want to know, in all honesty, with David Benavidez just beating 2 top guys, Caleb Plant, and beating up on Demetrius Andrade, how are these guys who are nowhere near his weight class able to get opportunities for all the belts at super middleweight, and Benavidez isn't? Like, what's the difference? Like, you know what I mean? What do they bring to the table that David Benavidez doesn't? Because I could really make a case that David Benavidez versus Canelo will sell more than all of these fights that Canelo is looking for. You know what I mean? But it's clear that Canelo sees a threat in David Benavidez. He don't really want them problems at this time, man. He don't want to deal with the style that David Benavidez brings to the table. And what's most important is he doesn't want to pass the torch to another Mexican. He's content with losing to... I'm not saying he's content losing, you know what I mean? He's a winner at the end of the day, but I feel like he would much rather lose to a black, white fighter or whatever than having to pass the torch to another Mexican, man, because it'll hurt his pride at the end of the day. You feel what I mean? But it's unfortunate, man. So, but nonetheless, man, that's boxing. That's what we got to deal with. And I'm boycotting this fight. And I feel like if you're a real boxing fan, you should be boycotting the fight as well. But, you know, people going to tune in. They're going to support the cause because, you know, at the end of the day, these dudes not really fans of boxing. They fans of the individual. You know what I mean? So until this mind frame change, we're going to get the same BS over and over and over again. Canelo going to keep getting crazy paydays for fighting people that we don't even want to see him fight. You know what I mean? But it is what it is at the end of the day. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this. According to Salvador Rodriguez, it sounds like Jermall Charlo is going to be his first opponent in May, following with Terence Crawford afterwards. No David Benavidez seems to be in sight, and that'll be the end of the PBC deal. See what I mean? So let me know what y'all think. This is Mazuma TV. Thank you very much for tuning in. I'm out of here, man. Peace.